You're not ungrateful. You're awake. This is the Dignity Room, a place that's always yours. Come in.
It usually shows up when nothing's wrong. And that's the strange part. Not in a crisis, not on a bad day. It shows up on an ordinary Tuesday while you are loading the dishwasher or sitting in the car in the driveway for a minute longer than you need to before you go inside. A small, quiet thought, almost embarrassing. Is this it? And the second it arrives, you push it away because you have a good life, a really good life. And you know that. You remind yourself of it constantly. But the thought doesn't care how good your life is. It comes back anyway. I want to talk about that thought today. Not fix it, not rush you past it. Just name it properly. Because the moment something gets named, it stops being a thing that's wrong with you and starts being a thing you can actually look at. So here it is. The perfect life that doesn't quite feel like yours anymore. So like the good job and the relationship and the home and maybe the kids, everything you were told you should want, everything you worked for, and still something's off. Something's gone quiet in you that used to be loud. And right behind that first thought, there's usually a second one, sharper, much meaner. What is wrong with me? That's the one I want to go after today, because that second question is the wrong question. And as long as you're asking it, you will keep looking for the problem in exactly the wrong place. So let's look into it. Let me describe real quick what this actually feels like, because it's almost never dramatic, and that's why it's so hard to name. It's not sadness. If it were sadness, you would at least know what to do with it, right? It's more like a flatness, like a numbness, a gray. You're doing everything you always do, and you are doing it well, but somewhere behind your eyes, you're not really in it. Like you're watching your own life through a window. You can see it, and it looks lovely. You're just not sure where you are inside the house. And here's the detail that gives it away. Sometimes you will be standing in your own kitchen, everything's calm, everyone taken care of, and you will realize you don't actually know what you want. Not in some big philosophical way, in a smaller, almost stupid way. So you don't know if you want tea or water, or whether you want to watch something or read something, or maybe whether you want company or to be left completely alone. And that's the thing that should stop you, because you make decisions all day long. Big ones for work, for family. You are the person everyone comes to when they can't decide. And yet, left alone with your own wanting, nothing, static. That's not a flaw in you, to be clear. That's what happens after years of putting your own wanting last. You don't lose it in one day. It fades out quietly. Until one day you reach for it and it's not where you left it. And the cruel twist is, the more capable you are, the easier this is to hide. Because as long as you are functioning, no one asks, how are you? Or how you are, so this way. No one asks how you are, including you. So the competence becomes the camouflage. So why does this happen to capable, successful women like you who did everything right? Here's what nobody tells you. When you're young and building your life, the blueprint has a flaw. Not you, the blueprint. You were handed a picture of a good life, built almost entirely out of things you can see. Milestones, the title, the partner, the house, you name it. The markers other people can recognize and admire and nod at. And because you are capable, because you deliver, you actually got them. You hit the marks. But no one ever asks the only question that turns out to matter. What does it actually feels like to live inside those things? Because there's a difference between building a life and living in one. And a lot of women are extraordinary builders. And then they stand inside the finished thing and feel like a guest in it. Not because they failed, because nobody ever taught them that the inside matters as much as the outside. So, when that quiet "is this it?" shows up, it's not ingratitude, it's not weakness, and it's not midlife crisis, as if that were something to be ashamed of. It's the first honest signal from the one part of you that never got optimized, never got scheduled, never got handed over to someone else's needs. It's the part of you that's still keeping its own count. And it's saying, I'm still there. Are you coming back? So here's what I really want you to hear today. The reason this thought lives in the car, in the shower, at 3 in the morning, and nowhere else is shame. The logic runs like this. I have a good life. I shouldn't feel this way. Therefore, something must be wrong with me. And once you arrive at something is wrong with me, you got silent. Because now you are afraid that if you said it out loud, people would agree. But here is the truth. The women who ask, is this it? Are not the ungrateful ones. They are the awakened ones. The question isn't proof that something's broken. It's proof that you are paying attention. Most people never get this honest with themselves. You did. That's not a problem to fix. That's a head start. Your life being full doesn't mean your inner world isn't empty. You can have every single thing on this list and still be quietly looking for something that was never on it. That's not broken, that's human. And it's the most human thing about you. And here are the 3 things I invite you to take from today. 1, the feeling isn't proof that something is wrong with you. It's proof you are awake. Emptiness inside a perfect life isn't ingratitude. It's a signal that you have outgrown a shape you build around someone else's idea of you. 2. Is this it? Is not a complaint. It's a compass. It doesn't mean leave. It doesn't mean stay. It just means something here doesn't fit anymore. And you are allowed, I say this again, you are allowed to look at that. That's all. You are allowed to look. And 3, the shame is the trap, not the feeling. The moment you decide you're not allowed to feel this is the moment you get stuck. But the moment you name it, even just to yourself, even in the car with the windows up, it gets lighter. Naming it is the beginning of coming back. And for the beginning, this is absolutely enough.
Before you go, if something here touched you, there's a quiet next step waiting. I made something for you, for when you're ready to come back to yourself. You'll find it in the show notes. Thank you for being here. This was the Dignity Room. The door stays open.